Global warming. You damage the world. What if I tell you you're making this world a worse place to live in? Before you start thinking that it is an existential question, I meant it quite literally in a sense that you are contributing to global warming. There are various effects of global warming, which includes climate change, forest fires due to excessive heat that is abnormal and conclusively led to the death of some wild creatures in the forest. This should raise some alarm to us humans. We should prepare before another disaster strikes. Lives were already taken because of our unpreparedness and a lack of understanding, which is why we decided to spread some awareness about global warming.
The global climate is a connected system of sun, earth, ocean, wind, rain, and snow, forests, and everything that people do. The climate of a place, say New York, normally has a gloomy weather, and it changes depending on the season of the year. But the global climate is more than the average of the climate's specific place. A description of global climate includes rising temperature of Pacific, which induce typhoon to blow harder, drop more rain and cause more damage. But it's also shift global oceans currents that melt Antarctica ice, which slowly makes sea level rise until New York will be underwater. It is the systematic connection that makes global climate change so important and so complicated. It just means that every living human has a relative effect to our environment.
So, how do we prevent this from happening? Well, climate change is a long-term change in the Earth's overall temperature with massive and permanent ramifications. And although it may seem like a natural event, climate change is directly linked to human activity. Global warming occurs when carbon dioxide and other air pollutants and greenhouse gases collect in the atmosphere and absorb sunlight and radiation that have bounced off the Earth's surface. However, the increase in greenhouse gases is largely contributed by human activities such as deforestation, intensive farming, improper waste disposal, mining, and overconsumption. The greenhouse gases are bad for us since it heats up the surface of the Earth abnormally. So now that we have fully established that the greenhouse effect and human activities correlate one another, we should also be able to understand its outcome. Now, there are disasters that come out as a result of climate change due to global warming, such as rising sea levels, flooding, increasing tornadoes, and a more recent wildfire happened in California that killed a bunch of animals and affected many families. A warmer atmosphere also makes glaciers, mountains, snowpacks in the South and North Pole to melt, which results in more flooding. Human beings are not spared by these upheavals. Climate change is affecting the global economy. It's already shaking up social health, and geopolitical balances in many parts of the world. The scarcity of resources, such as food and energy, gives rise to new conflicts. Rising sea levels and floods are also causing widespread migration. These sudden events that result from global warming cause extensive damage, and the major collateral is the loss of life. Every year, natural disasters kill an average of 90,000 people, and it affects roughly 160 million people globally. And if we don't do anything about this, the consequences certainly won't be no laughing matter. It's why all of us have to join hand in hand in order to prevent more catastrophic events.
Humans are the one responsible for these damages because of improper disposal of garbage in the land and water. Illegal logging is also being practiced in some provinces, which lessens the trees releasing carbon dioxide. We sometimes forget that our small actions lead to bad effect towards the earth. Some people might think that global warming is something that we can't control or prepare because it's a natural disaster. But we can prevent the damage of the ozone layer. We can avert the damage that leads to more natural calamities, which affects everyone, as we are responsible to the damages inflicted to Mother Earth. We are encouraged, each and every single one of you, to take a part revising the damage done. You can start by baby steps such as proper disposing waste, looking for more sustainable transportation, saving electricity, planting trees, cleaning your surroundings, consuming every food bought, not having leftovers, and most importantly, being educated enough to advocate and spread awareness, because we're the last generation that can change the course of global warming and will also be the first to face its consequences. Let's save our planet. Let's save the world.